Hi everyone! Thursday again. I hope you're all well today, keeping warm. I know that it's quite cold up in Joburg at the moment, so I hope everyone is moving and keeping themselves warm. So tonight, welcome again to the J-Flow for Beginners. 45 minutes for yourself. And yeah, it's the fourth class of the week, so I hope that some of you are joining for your fourth class this week already. Or if you couldn't manage the other lives, that you've caught up on some of them. Hallo Chandray, lekker om jou naam hier te sien. Gaan jy 'n bietjie join? Ek hoop jy gaan 'n bietjie join. Yeah, let me know who's online. Let me know who's watching. How are you guys doing? How are your bodies feeling? Heading to pretty much the last bit of June. We've moved into the summer solstice. So quite a lot happening at the moment, I'd say, around the world and locally. But yeah, so for tonight's practice, you will need a cushion and a strap. So it can be a yoga strap, have one, or otherwise a towel, like a longish towel, or a rope, your dog's lead could work potentially. We're just going to use that to stretch out the back of our legs. Hello, Karine, welcome back. Hi, Belinda. Hello, Annalie. Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys are ready for some nice heart-opening work tonight. And just get our bodies nice and warm and move them. See if we can let go of any intensity or stress from our week that we might have been holding on to. And just have a nice bit of time for ourselves. So if you're on the WhatsApp group, you will see that the WhatsApp for the class always suggests, perhaps lighting a candle. You could light some incense, and maybe just creating a space in your house that kind of becomes like your little yoga space or your exercise, your practice space that can be calm and quiet and peaceful. So you can really make the most out of these sessions. Hi, Siri. Nice to have you watching. Are you stretching with us tonight, Siri? Or are you giving your body a break? Hi, Catherine. Just watching is dozing off. Enjoy your session. That is the best comment ever. Well, I hope you redo this class after your nap later tonight or maybe tomorrow. I know you've done quite a bit this week already, so always good to give yourself a bit of a break sometimes. Maggie! Yay! Ek hoop jy join vir die klas. Het jy jou mat reg? Jy kan nie kom sit en kyk nie, nê? Sorry. Hi, Gabrielle. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So nice to see you all here tonight. I hope you're all doing well. Please write in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. Is there anyone who perhaps had their one-on-ones today, and how's that going? I know that we're nearing kind of the end of the month, and then it's looking at results, so that's very exciting for all of us, but I think especially those who've been working on the one-on-one coaching membership. So let me know how you're feeling. Hello, Murnai. Hi, Ross. Welcome. Nice to see you here as always. So whoever's just joined, you're going to need a pillow and then either a yoga strap, a towel, works pretty well as a strap if you don't have a strap. All right, so we're just going to use that as a prop this evening. Yeah, so let's give it another 5 minutes or so before we start. I'd love to hear how you guys are all doing. I've had quite a nice busy week teaching my last class with you guys for the week tomorrow, which is our 12:30 intermediate practice, which I've really been enjoying. pushing myself a bit, and pushing you guys a bit to go a bit deeper into our practices. But then, of course, like tonight is a beginner session, so no need to stress. We take it step by step, really focus on our alignment, focus on our breath, and just a nice session to relax. Hi, Bronwyn. Welcome. Nice to see a lot of faces coming back for practice this evening. Guys, you need to be doing minimum 2 flow classes a week. Minimum. So I'm kind of saying, like, if you're doing 2 HIIT classes, you need to be doing at least 1 flow class. That's the minimum. You should actually be doing them in equal ratio, but time is a factor. And I know, like I said just now, a lot of you are also on one-on-one training or the one-on-one coaching. Amazing, so dedicated. Again, the posts coming out this week is like literally like bring out the tissues for so many of them. Just amazing how you guys are like taking this on and changing your lives, and that's all kind of doing it together. So it's really nice to have you all here and, to keep connecting and to keep building this partnership with all of you. Hi, Susie. Welcome everybody. We've got a few minutes before we start, so make sure you've got your strap or your towel. Make sure you've got your yoga mat. And then, as I usually say, if you like to rest your legs up or invert your legs at the end of practice, that's quite a nice release. So if you'd like to do that, then you could just make sure that your mat is quite close to a wall. Hallo Kobus. Lekker om vir jou te sien. Gaan jy en Jolandi bietjie join een of ander tyd? Dit sal baie lekker wees. Hi Nicole. Back for my second class. Yay! Yes, I remember your first class was on Tuesday. I stand corrected. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you're back. Yeah, guys, yoga can be quite challenging in the sense that a lot of the time we've never really moved our body in the ways that we do in yoga. Holding poses can be quite intense, and that's where we learn to use our breath, and that's where we learn to kind of stick through the tough times, stick through the just holding. There's a famous quote by B.K. Iyengar that says, "The pose begins when you want to leave it." So that's maybe something you can hold close to your heart throughout the practice this evening. That when you're in a pose, unless you're feeling pain, stay in the intensity, deepen your breath, challenge yourself in a different way. I know you all challenge yourselves a lot during your high intensity practices, and this is a completely different way of challenging yourself. It's asking yourself to become still, it's asking yourself to move slowly, it's asking yourself to become quiet, and that can be really a lot harder than kind of pumping the music and moving really fast. So yeah, take it at your own time, and I really hope that you enjoy the practice this evening. Let's give it another 2 minutes or so. Make sure to look after your bodies, guys, please, as always. And then, yeah, so for those of you, I know we've got a lot of members that join into this practice, maybe a few of you who haven't signed up yet. Guys, the membership offers such amazing stuff. I mean, I don't even do high intensity training, and I am joining high intensity training, which has actually been so great. But besides that, it's the high intensity training, it's my flows every day, it's the Jeff Cook with Chef Adrian, and then of course there's the Jeff in that as well. And then the members also have access to the Jeff Run, which are the guided runs. And I must say, the success or the improvement and the, I don't know, just it's crazy how people are like following the guided runs, and their running times and everything is just improving so much. I'm yet to get myself running. I always say, if you see me running, I'm running from something or to something, because I don't generally run, but it's actually inspiring me to run as well. So if you're not a member yet, You can always read on the website. You can send us a DM with any questions around it. It's really worth, it's just 200 Rand a month. That helps us to keep the platform going. It helps us to give you guys as much information as we can. But if you're a member already and you're wanting to kind of up your game, then the one-on-one coaching really is the way to go. You get paired with one of our incredible coaches, someone who suits you, someone who's going to help you work through all your goals and your needs specifically to you as an individual. Yeah, and it's if you want to change your life, if you feel like you're ready for that, then absolutely 100%, you know, spend some money on yourself, spend some money on your health. I always laugh and I think, you know, people are prepared to insure their cars or their, you know, jewelry or their, you know, everything that's valuable. Yet you'll never hear a person like not complain about like health insurance or spending money and gyms are expensive, whatever. This is literally 200 Rand a month. The one-on-one programs are more than doable. So yeah, spend something on yourself for the, you know, give yourself a value of life. So thank you all for joining. We'll start the practice now. So again, if you've just joined, I see there's a few new people who just joined. Hi Rita, hi Megan, hi Jono, hi Shanae, Tracy. Oh, such great faces here tonight. Amazing. So yeah, if you didn't hear earlier, you'll need a cushion and you'll need either a strap or a towel. And then you can bring yourself just to stand on your mat. So just place your props to the side. Bring yourself to stand in the center of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. You can take a nice loop of the shoulders up, back, and down. And then we'll just take 3 full body stretches and just connect our breath. So inhaling, arms up. You could even look up. Full stretch. And then exhale, arms down, chin down. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. And again, inhale, arms up. Inhale. Hold here, hold your breath as if you're holding the fullness of your day, all the experiences that you've had, all the stress that you're holding. And then on your exhale, sigh it out, bring your arms down and see if you can kind of release all of that. Let everything go, whatever it took for you to get through your day, whatever it took for you to get on your mat. Leave all of that off your mat and allow yourself to just be present with yourself. Time for yourself, investing in yourself for the next 45 minutes. You know, the saying goes, we can't give from an empty cup. All right, so I'm just going to turn to the side to show you. You're going to bend your knees, interlace your hands in front of you, draw your hands to your heart, and then flip your palms away from you. Start to round through the upper back, pressing into the arms and tucking the chin. Draw the belly back. And then round your tailbone even more forward. So you're really curling in on yourself. Breathe right into the back of your lungs. And then let's go all the way up. So arms up. Straighten your legs. Full stretch. Let's take a little side stretch to your right. Reaching up and over. Using this bottom arm to pull your top arm across. Nice stretch across the left side body. And then let's come back through to center and take it to the other side. Reaching up and over. Bottom arm pulling top arm across. Nice. Come all the way up. And then again, bend your knees if they're straightened. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace the hands again with that same finger on top. Start to extend your arms back. Roll the shoulder caps back. and draw the chest open. So I'm not really sticking my bum out, I'm drawing my belly in, and I'm focusing more on opening kind of from the place in between your ribs and lifting the sternum up. Let's stay here. Straighten your legs out. Take 2 more full breaths. Nice. And then bend the knees, soften shoulders. Arms out in front of you once again. Interlace the fingers. Switch your interlace from that first round. Flip the palms. And then bend the knees a little deeper now. Round all the way forward. Bring the the thighs about parallel to the floor. And stretch your arms forward, as if someone's pulling your arms away from you. Deepen your breath. Nice. Come all the way up with the arms. Straighten the legs. And then we'll take that side stretch to your left first this time. So reaching up and over. Nice stretch across your right rib cage. And back through to center. And then over to your right. Nice. Come all the way up. Remember where we're going. Bend your knees, split your hands, bring them behind you. Take that same interlace and start to roll the shoulder caps back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Straighten the arms and take the hands away from the buttocks. Straighten out the legs. And take 5 full breaths. Nice. Slowly relax. Reach both arms up. Take an inhale. And then bend your knees and sit yourself down in a chair pose. Arms straight up. Active fingers. Again, bum isn't kind of sticking out. My tailbone's lowering down. And then release that into a bent knee forward fold. So allow your head to soften. Knees to be bent. And the spine just drips down to the floor. Spinal roll. Bend your knees to prepare. Press firmly into your feet. Hug your belly in and start to stack your vertebra. Remember, it's the shoulders and the head that comes up first. And then we'll loop, come to stand up tall. Check that your feet are still parallel, hip distance. Lift and spread through your toes a moment. Then soften the toes so that the whole foot is really active. Again, high mountain inhale. And then come to sit in your chair pose. So sit down, sit deep. So if I look at my knees, I want to be able to see my toes in the front of my knees. My belly's drawing in. My spine is long. I'm not gripping in my armpits. I'm quite soft. Nice. And then release the arms. Forward fold. And then here you'll just play a few rounds of bending and stretching the opposite leg. So that you'll feel the hips kind of move around with you. We're allowing a nice bit of fluid to move around the brain and the eyeballs, the sinuses, the ears. Beautiful. Make sure you've done equal amounts to both sides. And then we'll do another spinal roll. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, slowly roll the spine up. And loop shoulders up, back, and down. Good work, everyone. Let's step ourselves forward towards the top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Let's take a high mountain. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then bring your palms to touch. Feel how you're squaring off your hips. Thigh muscles are active, buttocks are slightly active. I'm pressing into the pinky side of my hand. And then super slowly, try without rocking forward or back or side to side. Draw your hands down in front of your face, past your chest. Bend your knees. Come to sit nice and deep. Watch that your knees aren't crunching one another, but they're quite soft in between. And then bring your hands down. And again, find your forward fold, starting to stretch out the legs a little more. Don't worry if your legs don't stretch out all the way. Rather feel for getting a nice length in the spine. All right, take a little halfway lift. Step your left leg back. Keep the knee off the floor. Make sure your front knee is stacked above its ankle. Press into that front foot. Come up into a high lunge. Okay, so kind of feel out your balance here. Wiggle as you must. Still a forward-facing hip pose. I'm drawing my belly in, my rib cage slightly in. And then we'll open Warrior 2. Grounding left heel to the center of my mat. I'm really activating my right buttocks, trying to bring my right thigh quite parallel to the floor. I'm not leaning forward with my leg. I'm drawing back so that the crown of the head and the tailbone are in line. Look over that right hand. Strong poses, grounding poses, so deepen your breath if it feels really strong. Nice. Straighten out your front leg. Don't lock out this knee. So yes, I'm active. I'm firming around my knee joint, but I'm not just locking out in it. A long triangle pose. So squeeze your hips to the left. Squeeze this left thigh back. Send your right arm forward, 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 forward. Bring right hand to right shin. And open the left arm, the left chest. And look up. Let's take 3 full breaths here. Don't kind of lean on that right leg. It's just holding the shin. It's not pressing down. And then let's come back into our Warrior 2. So bring the arms up and reach forward. Reversing your Warrior. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Flip your right palm up and then draw that arm up and back. Don't come out of your lunge. Keep your lunge nice and deep. Nice, everyone, stay with it. And then come back to your Warrior 2. Come into star pose, so turn the toes forward, reach the arms up, and then we'll take Warrior 2 to the other side. So turning your left toes out, back foot is parallel to the short edge of my mat, front foot is parallel to the long edge of my mat, right? So I've got a heel to heel alignment. You can look over that front hand, lunge a little deeper, challenge your legs now and get that beautiful opening in that right groin. Look over your left hand. 3 more breaths, stay with me. And release, straighten left leg. Preparing for your triangle pose, send your hips to the right. Send your left arm forward, forward, forward. Bring that hand to your shin. And then right arm lifts up. You roll that right shoulder to stack over left. And maybe you look up to the ceiling. Roll your left sit bone down to your right sit bone. So you're not kind of popping your bum out behind. It's almost like you're trying to tuck your tailbone slightly. 1 more breath. Nice. Come all the way up, slow and controlled, back into your Warrior 2. Reversing your Warrior, bring right hand to right thigh, flip left palm up, And then reach up and back with that top arm. Remember, we're going to hold here 3 full breaths. Don't come out of your lunge. Nice. Come all the way back, warrior 2. Star pose. Turn your toes forward. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace them like we did in the beginning of practice. Roll the shoulder caps back. See if you can straighten your arms. And then we'll take a forward fold. So for me, I like to bend my knees here. Then take my forward fold. And only once I've relaxed my head and I've taken my arms kind of as far as they can go, do I then start to play with straightening out my legs. Okay, so make sure your toes aren't turned out here. You'd rather have them turned in slightly. Suck your belly in. And take 3 more breaths. Exhale allows you to soften. Exhale allows you to soften. Exhale allows you to soften. Bring your hands to your lower back. Come into a halfway lift. And then switch to go back down again. So just change your interlace. And then you'll move yourself back into the shape. And again, 3 full breaths. Make sure the weight is on the front of the heels and the balls of the feet, so you're not hanging out into your hamstrings. Bring your hands to your lower back. Halfway lift. Release your hands down to the mat. Walk yourself all the way across to your left. Step your left leg back, downward dog. And then here, like we did in our forward fold, I want you to just play with pedaling out the legs. So remember, your downward dog, your palms are spread. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. And you keep your knees as bent as you need to. Send your sit bones up high and allow the head to hang down towards the floor. Nice. Come to stillness. Look forward. Walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Big toes to touch. Take a halfway lift. And a forward fold. Bend your knees to roll your spine up. Inhale. And loop your shoulders. Exhale. Nice. Reach both arms up. Full breath in. And then find your balance as you come all the way through your midline. Bend your knees, chair pose. Equal weight on right and left. Release, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step your right foot back. Keep your knee off the floor. Okay, but this time we're just going to stay here in a nice long lunge for a moment. Find your front knee stacked above its ankle. And then we're going to lower our back knee down. So if you feel like that knee needs some support, then please put a cushion under it now. Okay, start to lift your hips up and back. And bring yourself to sit back. Maybe you can bring your right buttock all the way to your right heel. So strong opening in the back of the right foot. Strong opening in the front of the left thigh. Back of the left thigh. Hamstrings and calf. And you'll fold forward. One more breath. And then bring yourself forward. You can unflip your back toes. Anjayasana lunge brings you up. And then bring your hands to interlace behind your head. You can leave the elbows pretty wide here. Both my hips are facing forward, so I'm not splitting my hips open like in our warrior pose. This is a forward facing hip pose. My right glute working here, and I'm wrapping this right hip forward. But then from here, I start to lift my chest, lift my gaze, lift my chest, lift my gaze. If you can keep your hips facing forward, you could sink down a little more. Open through the heart space, take a stretch through the belly. 2 more breaths. Fill your lungs. Nice, neutral spine, arms up and hands forward. Tuck your back toes under, raise that knee. And walk to lunge all the way to the right leg. Stay here for a moment as a nice long lunge. I'm squeezing my inner thighs together. I'm drawing my lower belly up and in. And then I'm going to keep my toes tucked under. I'm going to lower my left knee. Pat it if you need to. Bring yourself back. Buttocks to heel. Right toes curl back. Arms reach forward. And you soften down. Your face is soft and your breath is deep. Make your right buttock a little heavier. Nice. And then come forwards. Untuck your back toes. Press firmly into front foot. Reach your arms up. And then again, bring your hands behind your head. Second interlace now. You start to curl your ears back. Lift the chest. Lift, 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 lift. And deepen the breath. Left glute is working. Sternum, chest is lifting. Hands are holding a relaxed head. Beautiful. Bring yourself back. Reach your arms up. Take them forward. Tuck your back toes. Raise your back knee. Step into a downward facing dog. And maybe now you play with straightening the legs a little more again. Doesn't have to be static this evening. You could move around a little, bending and straightening opposite legs. And then it's all come onto all fours. So coming into tabletop position. Finding your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Have a look at your hands. I really want you to spread through your palms so you find that connection to all 4 corners of the palm and all 10 fingerprints. We'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So your inhale is your cow, belly softens, sit bones rise, ears curl back, and the throat opens. Opposite movement for your exhale. Tuck tailbone down, suck navel in, round, tuck your chin, squeeze all the breath out. And then one more like that. Inhaling, lengthen. And exhaling, round. And then coming to a neutral spine. And then we'll take our little back bend. So flip your mat so that you got kind of 3 layers. Bring your knees onto the mat, hip distance apart. So if you've been following the classes this week, you know we've been working our back bends, which means strong legs, strong back body, open chest, open shoulders, mobile spine. Tuck your toes under. Take a little loop of the shoulders here to bring the hands to the lower back. And then squeeze your buttocks and see how that sends your hips slightly forward. Squeeze your elbows and see how that opens your chest. And then from here, you'll kind of lift up, lift up, lift up until perhaps you bring your face parallel to the ceiling. Don't fling your head back, and take 3 full breaths. So nice. Come all the way up. Untuck your toes. Bring yourself to sit. And then place your hands on your thighs just for a moment. Close your eyes. Feeling an increased heart rate. It is the most beautiful thing. It's proof of our aliveness. It's proof of our life. It's proof of the amazing body that we're in. And this heart that we don't often give attention to because it does its job. It does what it needs to do. But really, just for a moment, fascinate at what a privilege it is. Slowly open your eyes. Bring yourself forward onto your knees. Tuck your toes and then kind of sit in a round little squat position. You can unflip your mat. Okay, and then a tricky one here. You're going to separate your knees, send your arms forward and your heels down, and as gracefully as possible, sit yourself down to the floor. Nice. Butterfly pose, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Hands come around the toes and you lift the chest and then reach forward, forward, forward before you move down. 3 full breaths. Nice, come all the way up. Bring your knees to touch. Make sure your strap is quite close or your towel. As you bring yourself to lie down, draw your knees to chest. And then take both feet straight up to the ceiling, curling your toes towards your shins. Straight legs if you can, and the whole spine grounded on the mat. Keep your left foot in your strap. Release right foot bent, right knee down to the floor. Start to draw your left leg a little closer. If you want more, extend your right leg forward. And then you allow your left leg to be kind of perpendicular to the floor. Put the strap in your right hand. Take your left arm out to the side. And then, depending how much space you have on your right, shift yourself so that you can take that right leg all the way over into a twist. Okay, you can take your gaze over to the left. You can close your eyes and take 3 full breaths. Nice, we'll bring ourselves back up. So however you need to do that, you could bend left knee, kind of shuffle yourself back. Bring both feet in the strap. Keep right leg in. Bend left knee, place the foot to the floor. You can work that leg a little closer to you. You could extend your left leg. And then slowly bring that right leg back to perpendicular. strap in your left hand, arm out to the right, and then twist all the way over. Maybe gaze looks to the right. And again, it's 3 full breaths. All right, let's come all the way back to center. Bend both knees to chest, place your strap to the side. Take a nice little full body squeeze. You roll up, bring your nose to your knees. And then take a full body stretch. And then we'll find a minute or so of Shavasana, a minute or two. Take your arms out to the side, take your feet out to the side, and kind of wriggle around until you can really still your body. Take a full breath in through your nose. Sigh out through your mouth. And just become completely quiet in the moment. Make your body heavy. Make sure your teeth are separated so you're not clenching your jaw. You can start to wiggle in your toes and your fingers. And take a big stretch of your arms back. And then slowly roll onto your right or left side. And then just stay here for a moment. So just pause here. And then slowly bringing yourself up to sit. Any seat that's comfortable. Bring one hand and the second hand across your heart space and close your eyes. And there's duality in everything. And so thank yourself for tapping into a slower part of yourself. Perhaps a deeper part of your day. Perhaps allowing yourself to rest for the first time today. And just thank yourself for making this time. And thank you all for sharing your practice here this evening. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the practice. I will be back tomorrow at 12:30 for the intermediate class. So if there are any intermediate practitioners who were here this evening, I hope so. I will see you all tomorrow again. We stopped a bit earlier. We stopped a bit earlier this evening, guys. Only saw now. So actually, we've still got 10 minutes to go. I'm so sorry. How relaxing is this? Well, guys, if you can take a few extra minutes to take a little longer Shavasana, then you're welcome to. I think I'm like all democard with all the classes that I'm teaching. I look at my watch and I go, okay, cool. Next class. But I hope that you enjoyed that. Every day flow from Monday to Fridays. And yeah, like I was saying in the beginning of practice, there's so many opportunities for so many things for you with the Jeff membership. We always like to hear how things are going with you guys, how you're finding the programs, how you're finding the classes, what's working, what's not working. Obviously, every success story that gets posted is just phenomenal. I don't know if you all saw, but got such a cute post on Tuesday of a little 2-year-old who was doing the J flow, and I really just feel like, you know, that's really where the magic of the practice lies, is yoga is for everybody. And I hope to see you all back again next week for these beginners classes. Someone asked me, such a pleasure, everyone. Sorry, I like cheated you out of like 10 extra minutes of yoga. Someone asked me if, what was the question? Oh, how long should they be doing the beginners classes before they move on to the intermediate class? And that's a great question. So it really depends on your body, mostly, like what your body connection is. Because there are a lot of people who are much more connected in their bodies, who might kind of grasp the beginners classes quicker. So it's really up to you. I would say do a month of beginner flow. You can always try the intermediate classes because the sequences are always different. A backbend class might feel really hard for you, but then we might do something else, twists, and it feels great, even if it is intermediate. So ultimately, it's up to you, but I would say a dedicated month of practicing every beginner's class without missing one. And then you should be able to walk into the intermediate practice with a good idea of pose names, alignment cues, how to use your breath, how to use your hands and your feet, and those kinds of things that really are the basics that we cover in these classes. Such a pleasure, Lana. Pleasure, Kelly. Yay, Danielle. So lovely to have you say that. I really hope you'll be joining. Paolo asks, tend to yawn through the class. Any specific reason? It's so yawning is a I don't want to say symptoms, not the right word, but it's an effect of the nervous system relaxing. It can also be if you're not breathing enough, then you kind of you like yawn to get the oxygen into your brain, but that yawning effect really allows your body to relax. So absolutely wonderful if you're yawning during your yoga practice. That means you're doing it 100% right, Paolo. And I mean, what's better than a yawn and a good stretch? We tap into our part of our nervous system that's our rest and our digest, and the part that really when our body goes into the mode of healing. So you're definitely in the right space there. Well done. Hello Neon, ek hoop jy's nog hierso en jy kan my nog sien. Sending lots of love to Vietnam. I hope you and Van are going to join for a class sometime. Hi Tracy. Oh, I'm so glad, Rita. I'm so glad, guys. It really is, it's one of the biggest benefits of this practice is, you're still going to work hard. You're still going to get your circulatory system moving. So you're going to get your heart beating. You're going to strengthen the muscular, the skeletal structures. but it just goes so much deeper than that. And we live in such a hectic world. We're busy all the time. You know, it's input, 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 and to just allow yourself time to take away all of that is extremely beneficial for yourself. I mean, on all levels. Pleasure, Cyan. Lovely to have you back. Nice to have you here, Lilia. Cool, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoy the practice. Yoga every night. Very relaxing. I'm so glad you guys all enjoyed the practice. Like I said, tomorrow is my last class for the week. And this week has been really back bend orientated, opening the shoulders, opening the chest. So for next week, I will announce kind of in the beginning of the week what the theme will be for the week's practices. So please, guys, if you have any requests, let me know. Send it through. Do you want to do backline opening? Do you want to do twists? Do you want to do balancing poses? Do we want to do more back bending? Do you want to do forward folding? The sky is the limit. You know, side body strengthening or side body stretching or even arm strengthening, even though we get a lot of that in our HIIT classes. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'd love to hear any requests. If you have a favorite pose, throw that at me and I can see if we can sequence around that. I see here, I'm so glad I'm getting so many, I feel relaxed this evening. Amazing. Hallo Johan. Lekker om jou naam hier te sien. Ek neem aan jy gaan die klas doen later vanaand. Karine says, so enjoy the session, but I'm so wobbly. Karine, it is just practice makes perfect. With all the high intensity and the core work you guys are doing, your core connections are going to become stronger and stronger. And I think it's a lot of the time that when your balance is all over the place, it's because your mind is all over the place. So really focusing when you're balancing to just be in your body, and it's step by step. Find your foundation, find your alignment, align your spine, soften the body in the pose, deep full breaths, and then a fixed gaze. Those really are kind of like the tools you need when you're finding your balance in a pose throughout your practice. Danielle says twists, yay, balance, yay. So maybe we just do some balances with some twists or some twisting balances. Think of a few of those. Thank you, Danielle. That's great inspiration. So we could look at sequencing that in for you guys next week. So yeah, I mean, I think that's that for the evening, guys. Again, sorry for the time mishap. I don't know how that happens. I'm sorry, it's brain. I'll have to make it up to you guys. Maybe add in an extra little session somewhere. But otherwise, thank you all so much for joining. It's yet been another awesome week. 1 day left. Drink lots of water, guys. And oh, I wanted to mention, because I'm so excited, that I'm getting my Jeff swag is going to be delivered to me. Hopefully, this side, hopefully beginning of next week. It's on its way. So yeah, if you're not sure about that, leave a comment in the video and we'll get back to you. It's kind of like, you know, if you don't have the socks, then it's not official. Then, you know, you're not a Jeff, because, you know, we're all a Jeff. So yeah, check it out. It's such great kits. We're super excited for you guys all to have it. We're super excited to just see how everything has grown in the last, few weeks. The community has grown. It's just, yeah, you guys make us happy, so we hope that we're making you all happy as well. Karen, yes, extra session. Ooh, I must be careful what I say on here, hey? Have a blessed evening, Danielle. Have a lovely evening, Karin. Yeah, and then I'll see whoever comes to intermediate tomorrow at 12:30 till 1:15. And otherwise, I'll see the rest of you at the beginners flow next week. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow.